Sit. 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 Co-op Kennel Production. Co-op Kennel Production. Sit. 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 Co-op Kennel Productions, y'all. And he's a part of our program, but he's not our production. Free! Just wanted to show you these pups, guys. Day to day, week to week, the progression is real. You got Pharaoh coming in at about almost 90 pounds right about now. Told you guys, we're gonna try to get him to 100. We're gonna wait a while, because actually, he about to turn 8 months. So we ain't in no rush. Now what this video is about, these two dogs here, two stories, two messages about these dogs. Basically, when you have somebody that got a nice bull or nice American bullies and you have access to them, don't be afraid to get one. You know, a lot of people go out their way. There's a few subjects. A lot of people go out their way to try to get something from somebody else because they don't want to get something from somebody like a puppy and help support somebody because they don't want to make it seem like they don't want to help that person. They rather get it from somebody else they don't know than help the person they do know. So they rather go somewhere else, try to be different, you know, so they ain't like jocking nobody's style or something. That's the first subject. So what I'll say is this video got a lot of good gems in it. We'll have a lot of good gems in it. So Pharaoh, the lilac dog, or what you guys will call brown. Pharaoh, right here, I'm gonna try to keep the camera on him. Basically, I had the opportunity to buy his mother. Basically, for the family, somebody I know, for the family bullies, knew someone that had an American bully, was doing a big XL breeding program, and he was like, hey, listen, man, I know you're in the XLs, so this guy I know, hey, get away from that, has a breeding going down. And it just so happened, you know, the guy wanted something from me. And basically, I got a female, the mother, get our way! Come on! What is the fuck? What the fuck is that? A cat? That is a damn cat. What the hell? Get away! Come on! I said, I don't want. Come on. I'm not gonna tell you again. If you go over there again, you're getting beat. That's it. Come on. I don't know if that's a cat or a skunk. Somebody killed a skunk. You never know what you'll find at this field. Hey, come on. Sit. So Pharaoh, this dog right here, he's basically was offered the mother of that guy that I had the opportunity to get that dog from him. And it came up that I had the opportunity. He did a big breeding. I heard about it. And instead of me saying, nah, I ain't gonna get that dog from that guy because we know him and he's somebody in like in the bully community that's in the, you know, in the area. Not someone that you would consider as competition, but someone that you would maybe just be trying to compete with, not against. You know, I don't know how to describe that. But I had the opportunity to get that dog, which brings me another thing. Always keep room. Hey, Pharaoh, if you go over there again, all right, bet. All right, bet. Pharaoh, all right. See, one thing about these guys right here, they are very, 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 just disobedient. I told you not to go over there, didn't I? Didn't I? Don't go over there no more. He's very disobedient sometimes because he's young and curious. So I don't really blame them for that, but they learning real quick not to really test me. So when it comes to Pharaoh's father was from Fair Kennels. So I went to a dog show, and I know the Fair Kennel guy. I know his program, I know his dogs, I've known him for a while. So I had the opportunity to get a dog from him. He just said, hey man, I got some dogs. You want one? I said, yeah, let me get one. He just called me and I just said, yeah, I'll take one, because the opportunity arose. It's not every day that you get an opportunity to get something from a big time kennel. It's not every day you get to get something that's at the high spectrum of what you're trying to create or what you're breeding. So I got that dog. I didn't say, nah, let me get the dog from somebody else who's not in our circle or somebody I don't know. I took that opportunity, and obviously I had space. So always keep space so that you can be able to get good dogs in when you need them in order to spruce your program up to where you want to get it at, or where you know you can get it at. Not a lot of people I see around are interested in upgrading their kennel. So whatever. Next, another example. This is Maximus. When it comes to Maximus, I own his mother. And his mother was an outcross. And that was a situation where I did a breeding with someone on the house for a puppy bag. Sometimes if you're not breeding your stud and you're not doing nothing with the stud, as far as like outside breedings, don't be afraid to take a pup back deal. But obviously it's gotta be somebody you at least know where they live at, and have access to at least knock on their door, because a lot of people will do you dirty. So I wouldn't just say just take a pup back deal from anybody. But his mother was a pup back outcrossing. How is that important? Because most people will not breed with other people's dog. They'd rather use their own dog, even if their dog is not as good as the other dog that they could possibly use. Go over there again. It's a skunk over there that somebody done set on fire and you put a towel on. I don't know who did that. But you go over there to that skunk again. So Mufasa, the char dog in the middle. Maximus. So with that being said, Mufasa's mother was an outcross. I did a breeding with somebody and got a pup back out of it. Not something that I really would recommend doing, but like I said, if you got a nice stud and you know he can produce, but you're not doing any outside breedings with him or really anything with him, don't be afraid to take that outside breeding. Like I said, you gotta at least have some kind of knowledge of where the person lives at, or some kind of rapport with the person where you should be able to trust them, or get a deposit of something, or write up a contract. But I wouldn't recommend just breeding with anybody on a pup back that you don't know where they live and you don't have real good dealings with, because people are shiesty and people are shady. Next, when it comes to Maximus was an outcrossing breeding. A friend of mine, Fully, had a really nice stud with some really good dogs in the background, Rockomania in the background, dogs that have a lot of good structure, a lot of different pocket style dogs that had a lot of structure and a lot of standard dogs. So I said, let me do this breeding so I can add structure, more breed type to my program. The thing about it is his mother already exhibited lots of breed type. So doing that outcrossing allowed me to get even more breed type and more structure. Instead of me just saying, nah, I'm just gonna breed with my own dogs, I took that outcrossing. Hey! And created this bull and a bunch of other bulls that you'll see on Instagram that are looking phenomenally super bulls, up there in the 95 percentile, 90 percentile, I'll say, of bulls. When it comes to structure, bone density, head size, and breed type. Really high. I would say up to 95% up there. So next we have Bishop. What I'll say about Bishop is, don't be afraid to get a dog that might not have color, or get a dog that isn't as large as other dogs. So Bishop is a dog that is not as large as most XLs are. He's not super heavy, super fat, but he's got a lot of muscles and a lot of athleticism. Bishop the blue dog. And what I'll say about that is he's very sturdy, strong legs, good genes. And what that translates into is healthier, stronger dogs. Even though Bishop isn't the biggest dog around, I still got Bishop for a great deal. Drove about 1,600 miles to get him. You know, round trip, it's 750 and 750, 1,500 miles round trip to get him. But also, Bishop does have super dogs in his lineage that are off the charts in 100 plus percentile, 110 percentile of American bullies. Like they're at 110, 120%, which means that he has a lot of bullies in his bloodlines that are off the scales. So even though he's smaller than the other dogs in that litter, I still personally use Bishop in my program, basically knowing what dogs were in his bloodline to help boost my program. I didn't care that he wasn't a try. I didn't care that he wasn't 130, 40, 50, 20, 30 million pounds. I used him, and this is his grandson right here. And as you can see, my program is moving forward, even though I didn't go out my way not to work with the people that were around me. I didn't go out my way to try to use dogs with color and oversized dogs. I used healthy dogs that had great backgrounds in them. And I always chose the best stud that was available to me, that I knew the most about their attitudes and their health. So all of these studs, I put hands on these dogs. I watched these dogs grow from puppies. I seen these dogs' parents. So I knew what these dogs can and could not do and what was in them. So yeah, in a nutshell, man. And now I get to sit back and know that my program is moving. Look how strong those dogs are. My program is moving, whereas a lot of other people's programs are just like not even a program. They just breeding dogs. They don't even have a program. They just got some dogs. Or some people just, you know, they weren't able to collab. They weren't able to work with others. And their program is just stagnant. Whatever they got is what they got. They didn't make any moves to improve their kennels. So you see our productions, guys. These are puppies. You look on our channel, these guys just came out of the crib. These joints ain't even full grown at all. Thanks for watching.